Hey, peace and blessings, everybody. Y'all know what this is, man. Camp Rod the Great. I appreciate, that considers to be like a thank you video. I appreciate everybody who has tapped in. You know what I'm saying? I've reached over 800,000 views this month. And I really do appreciate it. Like I always say in my lives, I appreciate the lovers and the haters. But I've noticed something that I've experienced on this channel since I've started it up. I've noticed the trolling and the racism a lot on my channel, which I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in America, like Malcolm X said, racism is as common as apple pie in America. So I don't mind it. And I've also experienced a lot of European trying to convince me that my ancestors were not Nubian or Kemetic. And I just want to constantly remind you that your attempts to try to convince me of something, they aren't working and they never will work. And, the only thing that you really should be focused on is your cultural history. I heard one time in a movie that if you're not loyal to the Nesubiti, the Pharaoh, then you're not loyal to Kemet. And I think through your history as Europeans, you have proven not to be loyal to the Kemetic or Nubian people of the Nile Valley civilization. You have a history of digging up the bodies of the remains of the ancient Kemetic people. You have a history of flooding the Nubian ancestral lands. And you have a history of stealing artifacts from Kemet to put inside of your British Museum. In my book, that disqualifies you from participating in the ancient Kemetic culture of Kemet. And also, your Bible seems to villainize the ancient Kemetic leaders. So how could you sit there and say that the ancient Kemetic people are your people when, for one, you don't live there, your ancestors never lived there. Two, your physiology, your body structure does not permit for you to live in 120-degree weather for thousands and thousands of years. So where is all this trying to convince African people that they are not African? I think really what it is you admire our history, you admire our wealth, you admire everything that we do, and you want to claim that for yourself. Now, that's the reality of the situation. But coming on my channel, trying to convince me that I am not Kemetic or Nubian is going to fall on deaf ears. And you're just going to be constantly laughed at and looked at as fools. You know what I'm saying? You don't practice Kemetic knowledge or even dress like the Kemetic people now. So why are you so worried about me dressing like a Nubian or an ancient Kemite? Why? In the words of the great Honorable Kendrick Lamar, they are not like us. Hotep.